Are you a sport lover or are you a sport fan? Do you know what's happening? Do you know what's trending in every club, or at least the club you're familiar with? Now, if you're not, or if you are, trust me, whatever category you fall in, you're in the right place. Now, welcome to sport analysis. Welcome to news analysis and generally, but we are dissecting sports today. On today's episode, Arsenal have been said to have signed a powerhouse who looks like the new Saka. You know, Arsenal continued their strong run of form in the Champions League on Wednesday night. Mikel Arteta's side actually played host to Greek outfit Olympiacos and picked up their second win of the campaign. Like we all know, Arsenal has been, on fire this season. Sometimes on fire, sometimes cold fire. And people are like, with the people they have in their team, with the stars and the mighty players they have in their team, come on. They should be able to do more than they are doing right now. The Gunners ran out 2-0 winners in the end, and while they could have scored plenty more, the visitors put up more of a fight than some would have actually been expecting. And with that said, almost everyone who featured for the host put in a strong showing, including Saka. Now, Saka was handed his Arsenal debut by former manager Unai Emery back in November 2018. He came off the bench in a game away to Ukrainian side Voskya and then made his full debut for the club a few months later at home against Garabab. Now, they've been a long Saka has come a long way in this Arsenal club. However, while the Hill Andy showed some real promise early on, he didn't make all that many appearances under the new Aston Villa coach. In fact, before Arteta was appointed in December 2019, the dynamic winger had made just 16 appearances for the first team, most of which came on the left-hand side, either in left midfield or at left back. Fortunately, the 24-year-old began to be moved over to the right more in the following campaign. And by the start of the 2021 session, guess what? He was well and truly established as the Gunners' first choice right winger. This all came about by practice, it wasn't a natural right winger, but with consistency, with the right tutelage and all. Trust me, guys, Saka has come a long way in the Gunners club. More than that, though, the youngster would have been developed into the team's most important attacking outlet, a role he still fulfills to this day, as reflected in his incredible number. So far, if we were to actually calculate Saka's, wins for Arsenal club now, he has had 269 appearances. He has had 233 starts. He has made, 72 goals, 72 assists, and his involvement per match, we can say, is like on a 0.58, standard and all. Now, this good news and the particular thing that people are hammering on right now is that Arsenal have added more quality to the side to help mitigate that, problem, including someone who could be like a new Saka for the side. Trust Arteta with his buying of good, or should I say many players. Arteta and Andrea Beta did well to add a few new attacking talents to this Arsenal squad over the summer, with the whole transfer window being open and all. I feel like maybe they said they don't want to stress Saka anymore, or for this team to actually flourish, they need more than Saka. So from the direct and indirect signings they were able to get many good players from Eberechi Eze to Madueke, a whole lot more. However, when it comes to the player who has the best choice of embodying some of the things that make Saka such a star from this team, if you're talking about someone who you think can actually replace Saka, who do you actually think? From Eberechi Eze to, Madueke, to the many signings that Arsenal did over the summer, during the transfer window opening and all, who do you think? Let's see your comment in the comment section below. Like, there are so many good players, but based on a little analysis, if we were to look at it, I would say Victor Gyökeres. Some would say, why? No, Eze is also good. Yeah, Eze is good, but I would say if you look at the tenacity of Saka, I would say Victor fits into that. Now, some of you will rightly, point out that the play the pair plays, they play in different positions. You cannot compare them because one plays right, one plays left. And that as things stand, the former Sporting CP star has not scored many goals as some would have, expected him to since he entered Hearts now. Yet there are still elements in his game that are similar to Hill Enders, most notably his gravitational efforts on the team. He might not be scoring with the regularity that some would actually like, but the 6 foot tall powerhouse, as he's described by most sports analysts, you know, and a particular sports analyst, Ben Mattinson, is already starting to make the right runs, get into the correct positions, and this, combined with the fact that he has a little shot in him, means that defenders cannot actually leave him alone. This was on full display, on the Wednesday night football match, particularly that first goal that he actually scored. As his charge towards the penalty area saw 2 defenders converge on him, and this left space for Gabriel Martinelli to tap the ball into the back of the net after his shot was saved. Now just imagine the gravitational impact he's going to have on defenders when he's up to speed and putting away the chances so many he can do. We're saying right now he may not really be able to play equally like Saka, but this guy has got potential. Give him time, give him training. He has that potential to become even greater than Saka. Ultimately, Gyökeres isn't on the same level as Saka. Sure, nobody's saying he is, and has plenty of differences in his game with this Saka guy. However, he's one of the few players capable of striking a similar level of fear into opponents, and one of the few attackers who force them to converge on him. Like immediately he comes out like this, there's this attack. And there's this adage that says you will not go for an unripe apple, you won't go for an unripe mango. If someone should go for a mango or they are throwing stones at a fruit on a tree, it's because that fruit have value or is a threat to them. So mostly that's why they go after Gyökeres, and it's the same thing with Saka. So we can see potential in these players, and we know that over time, or rather with time, with the right training, with the right placement and all, we can match him up. But this is just my analysis anyway. Who do you think can